Welcome to the Backseat Thriver podcast. I'm Christina Johnston.
And I'm Bridget Kostas.
And we really think you guys should listen because we think we're pretty funny.
We are pretty funny.
Yeah.
We're unfiltered. It's real. It's sometimes what you need to hear.
Sometimes what you don't.
But tune in.
Tune in. That was good.
That works.
We're back again.
We're back again.
We're back again.
Good morning.
We made it 2 weeks in a row.
Let's go. Let's go.
Did you have a bunch of people saying like, "Oh my gosh, we missed you. You're back." Maybe not a bunch, like maybe even just one.
Okay, remember.
Or was it me?
I think it was you. I think you and my mom were like, hey. Actually, it was my nephew. My nephew was like, hey, I heard you were back online.
Oh, cute.
And I was like, how did you know? Do you listen? He was just like, no. He goes, I heard it.
Not.
He goes, I heard it in the background. Nani was listening to it. I was like, oh, that's awesome. So then I see my mom like a few hours later. And I was like, hey, what'd you think of the show? And she was like, oh, I haven't even watched it. And I was like, don't lie to me. Lies. Don't lie to me. She was like, no, I haven't. I was like, my nephew just said you watched it. She's like, I did.
Why was she playing coy?
Because she was mad at me about the shoes. Wearing her shoes in the pool because she never takes her shoes off. So she was like, get me a pair of chocolates and I won't wear my tennis shoes in your house.
You got some real retaliation.
I know. I got some hate mail on that.
Wow. Okay. No. Okay.
Mom doesn't mess around.
She ain't messing around. I like that.
Only positive things on our podcast. Come on now.
We love you.
We love you, Mom. So sorry.
I had a handful. I mean, I would like to sit here and be like, I had so many people. And like, I did have a handful of people. I was at my husband's work and a woman came in and she's like, I saw you and I just wanted to say hi and I'm so excited your podcast is back. And I'm like, you listened to it? And she was like, yes. And then I was at a board meeting luncheon yesterday, and a woman I'm on this board with said the same thing. She was like, "Oh, it was so fun," and then she was like, "Oh, I have to be careful about who's around when I'm listening to your podcast." And I started laughing because she has a young daughter, and I'm like, "Yeah, there's probably a few little things here and there that might not be good for little ears."
Don't most of our posts say explicit or adult only or 18 plus or something?
Should they?
I think I have to check that box when I click the YouTube. Like, is this for children? No.
Okay, so we need to put some sort of warning. Does that make us more desirable if we're like
racy?
Yes.
I don't know.
Edgy. All the things.
You had a lot of activity on TikTok, by the way.
On our TikTok. Look at us.
Tell us more. David, the comment that you sent us from that woman, that made my heart explode. It was so sweet. I sent it over to you. Just, that was so sweet.
Yeah, that was from YouTube. So you're on like just different various things. But on TikTok, there was a whole breakout of comments on one of your posts from our account.
We need to get
the back to school anxiety.
Yeah.
Forgetting your ID part.
Oh God!
If you guys get some time, or ladies get some time to check this out, it's there's people arguing on it at each other mostly.
Oh, good. Okay, during the break, I'll pull those up. We should go through some of them.
You need to tell us what the best response was.
Oh man, David, how did your kids do back to school?
Well, so my kids are new in this whole preschool thing, so there was definitely like a transition period of a few weeks. So we started them like late, I think, middle July, and they've been moving into it. And it took almost a month, it felt like, for
to have like a successful drop off.
Yeah, where there wasn't like crying and screaming or and then also
from you and your wife or from your kids.
And then just at home, you could tell they were, the routine that they had for years was broken, and they were trying to get used to it. So there was some acting out, but we got through it. And now they pretty much just go into where they want to go there, and we're lucky if we get a bye. Oh,
that's so good when they're excited to leave and they just jump right in. Yep. They throw their bags in their little cubby and they go and they find their buddy.
And then the parents are left like, you don't love me anymore.
Are you sure you don't want to cry?
Yeah.
I asked my son, so when they were going on, he was going with his dad to on vacation up to California. And I was like, I'm not going to see you for a week. And he was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, can you just at least cry a little bit? Like, just pretend. He was like, Mom, I'm going to miss you so much. And I'm going through like this whole, emotional roller coaster of I'm getting ready to drop my kid off at school in the next couple of weeks, David. So he's going to college. He's going his first year of college. So it's it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild.
It will be.
So my father, he was usually just like this, I guess tough guy all the time. But I remember when he went with me to drop me off at college in Missouri, and I actually saw him tear up. So I imagine that's going to be really, really, I guess I wouldn't say difficult, but like just
it's going to be
overwhelming.
I'm really excited for him. Like he's ready, he's excited, he's nervous, he's all of the emotions that you can expect going into college. I'm excited for him because I feel he's ready. But like selfishly, like, oh my God, I'm not gonna have any of my babies at home. This is so weird. Like this is so a new phase for me.
Totally.
Yeah, new phase. It's gonna be great.
Very exciting.
There are also some new phases for me, which is going to bring us to our podcast topic. So as we're aging, our children are aging out of our homes. My body is aging out of my
out
soul.
Of your pants?
Out of my pants. It's insane. It's insane.
Oh boy. Wait a second. Okay, I have one really funny story I want to tell you before we dive into the serious stuff. Okay. So last night I saw Chris and Clint.
Yeah.
We walked in. There was a new restaurant that opened up in our side of town, and we're really excited about it because it was only downtown.
What is this restaurant?
So El Charro Steak.
Okay.
So they went in.
You want to sponsor us?
On the northwest side of town. Well, I'm going to give them a free plug right now, and I'll tell you why.
Okay,
so I call and I make a reservation because this woman that was talking about how she went there last week, and I was like, oh, it's open. I'm so excited. I call and make a reservation. Great. So I tried to make one online, and there were no times available. So I called because sometimes they're like, yeah, we can get you in. And they were like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, well, that was easy. So I text my husband, okay, we're on for 5:30. And so we go to the restaurant, and there's signs everywhere at the Charro Steak that's like friends and family, closed private party. And I was like, oh, okay. Like didn't even faze me. So I walk in and I say my name, and they're like, we don't see you on here. Like, you're sure you had a reservation? And I was like, yeah, like I have the text confirmation right here. And they were like, and they're like, are you part of media night? And I was like, no. And they're like, are you friends and family of the restaurant? And I was like, well, I mean, like, I feel like I'm a friend of the restaurant because I like it. And I'm just kind of staring at her like, no. I was like, but I made a reservation. I was like, right here. And it says the Oro Valley location. And she was like, weird. Okay, we'll seat you. So we sit down. And my husband then realizes like, we're not supposed to be here. And so I see, our friends from LTD Media there. And the whole time I'm just sitting here like feeling like such a dum-dum because we just totally crashed this party.
You were there on behalf of Backseat Thriver. I mean, media night. Come on, hello.
It didn't even occur to me until my stepdaughter was like, well, you have a podcast. And I was like, wait a second. We are media and we can talk about this. So thank you, Charro Steak, for a lovely dinner last night. We really enjoyed the salmon. My son had the escargot. He always likes to order the weirdest stuff on there. So it was really funny.
Does he go for like the most expensive thing on the item?
No, he just goes for the weird, like he'll see octopus or something. And he's like, ooh, that. And I think
he does that.
I think it's really cool. I think he just does it to be controversial and so that he can go tell a good story, which is fine. I
don't know where he gets that from.
I know. We're storytellers, aren't we? So we had a lovely dinner and it was 50% off. So
now I'm a little upset I wasn't invited.
I wasn't invited either. So okay,
timing is great.
There's our plug for Charro Steak.
Now I need to go
at Ina and Oracle.
But can you make that part of our commercial reel, David?
Yes, and also I'll send them an invoice.
Got you.
Perfect.
I love it. So what did you eat?
We had shrimp, salmon, prime rib, steak.
All right.
A lot of chips and salsa.
Did you wake up in the middle of the night with the meat sweats?
No, because I ate the
okay.
salmon. I went, I did a responsible choice.
Good job. Good job. Yeah.
Ain't no sweating for, that's part of another perfect segue into the podcast. So take us away.
Take us away.
The meat sweats.
The meat sweats. So we are talking about the ever-changing female body.
Well, and
Just the
and
body?
male body.
I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about the changing
We're talking
male
about
body.
testicular Botox.
We are?
Well, no, but you said that. David, have you ever heard of this?
No, I have not.
Okay.
just plead the fifth, man.
Testicular Botox?
Correct.
I don't know.
Oh,
we need to
goodness.
Google this.
We were very confused on what it actually does, so I was hoping perhaps you would know. I'm glad you don't, but we'll have to Google. David's face. I love this.
But Botox in general, right? Botox, fillers, lasers, plastic surgery,
Retinol, collagen,
hair color, private trainer. Maybe a private trainer if you're really into that stuff.
crickets on that one.
But what is happening? I
mean, WTF is this body?
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah.
Like, when did you start seeing changes?
Oh man, so here, okay, I'm not gonna lie. My kneecaps are saggy, and that
It's so
when
awful.
I was like, this is weird because I try to take care of my face. I try to stay up on the retinols and the whole regimen of beauty care and blah blah blah. Which we've gone down that rabbit hole a little bit with what a scam the beauty industry. It's like a $16 billion annually.
It's a few
industry,
few $1,000s personally.
Yeah. It's nuts. And so much of it is a scam, and it makes me sick. But yet I fall victim to so much of it. Yeah.
And none of the creams I've seen so far say for saggy kneecaps.
Well, that'll be. I'm sure my phone's listening, and I'll get some pop up for like, find a surgeon near you. Like, no, I will never have surgery on my kneecaps. But I did start noticing that because I was wearing shorts and I had this epiphany. So I'm not saying this with judgment. This was just, for myself. I saw a woman who was my age, maybe a couple years older. I just say that to make myself feel better.
Okay.
And she was wearing a pair of little cutoff jean shorts, and I have 10 of those. And I was looking at her and I was like, that's not good. Like,
That's not appropriate.
It was just it. And I'm not a prude, but I just felt like that is not appropriate. And I went home and threw my shorts away.
Did she have nice legs?
Yeah. She didn't have bad legs, but it just to me, I just felt like, man, are you stuck in your 20s or something? Like, there has to come the point where you're accepting, right? And I feel like it's not about pretending that you're thrilled with the aging process, but it's about shifting your perspective and taking control where you can.
I love that.
Yeah. It's like my sagging kneecaps. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I earned those saggy kneecaps.
You know what? I
chasing
did.
After my kids. Yeah, but that's not me. Like, I'm
no,
not.
But you earned those saggy kneecaps for not
Can you stop talking about my saggy kneecaps?
No, because I have them as well.
Okay, good.
Because we did not put sunscreen on our legs while we were laying out.
Oh, that's for sure
So
true.
half of your saggy skin is due to sun damage. We're
true.
both native Tucsonans.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 2 months out of the year that we wear pants.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the time, our kneecaps are exposed to the sun, who then damaged them.
Yes.
Yeah, we didn't damage them. The sun damaged
You're
them.
right. It is not our fault.
And that's what's happening to like my face. Oh, so when I saw my mom this weekend and she was telling me that she did not listen to our podcast, she grabs my face and she was like, you need to stay out of the sun. And I was like, what? I love being in the sun.
Yeah.
She goes, look at your face. And I'm like, I can't see my face. I was like, what are you looking at? And so because of my hormonal changes, I'm getting the mask, like how like pregnant, like a lot of women when they got pregnant, they had the pregnancy. Do not zoom in on me, David.
Zoom, David, zoom.
You caught me getting ready.
Don't do it, David. But, you know, a lot of women will get the masking where it's the pigment discoloration around your face. And it's usually round like your forehead, the sides of your face. And a lot of people with, ethnicity will have a little bit of a darker mask. You know, this can happen to Caucasians as well. But I never had it during pregnancy. I never had it during, any other phases of being in the sun. You know, I was darker than this table, some summers. And it's not until the last 2 years that I've noticed like my pigment changing all around my face. And I'm like, damn it. So my mom's like, stay out of the sun.
Stop it. You love your pool time.
I was like, I can't even see it. She's like, it's because you need to wear your glasses. I was like,
another phase of this.
Another phase. Yep. Another reason.
David, when have you as a man, have you had the moment where you're like, dang, I'm getting old?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about it.
I think it really started hitting me like at 35.
Okay, 35.
So it's like I felt like I woke up that first morning in that age bracket and my body just didn't feel the same. It just was, you just feel it. And like you see other people doing, like younger people doing stuff and you're like, I absolutely can't do that no more.
I absolutely can't.
I absolutely can't do that. Like I'm not like bills to pay, kids to feed. Like I'm out there, like, no, I can't. So 35.
That's so true.
And it was a lot of like, you were talking about saggy knees.
Sure was.
It was a lot of it was in the back and the knees area. And,
yes.
I grew up playing sports, so I got beat up quite a bit. But yeah, man,
it hurts.
But my mind's young, so I'm
exactly.
I'm
you think you can do it?
Yeah. So you got to caution yourself. That's where I think people get in trouble when they drink alcohol. When they get in this age bracket is when they're at the lake or something. They're like, oh yeah, I could do that.
Weekend warriors. We have great sports medicine programs around town.
Yeah. What about you, ladies? When did you? Am I allowed to ask that?
Yeah,
absolutely.
If I passed a boundary here,
no, absolutely. Like I, like you, David. Like I think I can do these things, and I can't. Like I think I can run, and then
and then you're like, this hurts.
And then like 2 days later, I'm like, oh my God, I can't walk. I've got my TENS unit on my back because I've got the most extreme sciatica pain. Oh. Mm-hmm. And then, I want to say I was probably like right around the same time, like after like 35, between 35 and 40 is when I noticed like, what is going on?
It kind of peaks.
Like I can't work out like I used to. I don't have the energy that I had. Mm-hmm. You don't have the time, when you're balancing kids and work and life and extracurriculars and all of these things. It's like, I just want to sleep.
I just want to be gentle. I don't want to hurt.
Then I noticed like, all right, 3 times a day I'm dosing with ibuprofen. Like this is not good. This is not good.
Well, one more question for you. When did you bring that roller thing that you can lay on?
Love that thing.
What age and when did that hit the house? Because I felt like that's a badge of like old age.
I got mine 7 years ago. And it was a Christmas gift. And that thing, David, also, worker. If you love that thing, Bridget, I don't know if you have one of these. Yeah. David, do you have an acupuncture mat?
What's that?
Oh my gosh, I'm going to get you one. Okay. So it's about the size, like it's as long as just your back. Okay. And it has all these sharp pokies on it. And you lay on it and it hurts like a mother for the first like minute and a half. And if you can just kind of breathe through it, and then you just kind of sink in, and then your back goes numb, and you lay on it for 15 minutes. And when you get, like, I will be having such bad back pain. I lay on this bad boy for 15 minutes. I wake up. I feel like a new person.
Wow.
It is very uncomfortable in the beginning, but
like
again,
everything,
like a solid minute and a half of just like, don't get up. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, breathe through it. But it releases so much. Really? So yes. So as you say, the ibuprofen, it's like when you start relying on the roller and the mat and the ibuprofen, you're like, something is going on.
I purchased a TENS unit 10 years ago.
What's that?
like the electrics.
I have one of those.
The electric stim. Yeah.
Oh.
So, like what they give you when you go to the chiropractor and they put the little electrodes in it and it starts vibrating your back. So I have scoliosis, and I think I've had scoliosis my whole life. I always had lower back pain, always had just kind of discomfort, and I always chalked it up to activity or, you're just a kid. You tweaked it wrong, whatever it may be. But then after my second child, so this is like 18 years ago, I was like, it's not getting better. It's just continually getting worse. And that's when I was noticing, when I'm running and when I'm doing these things, and it's like, I'm not healing like I used to heal. And so at that point, I was like, I'm going to go to a chiropractor, so start the whole chiropractor process. And then, so she sent me for x-rays, and she was like, did you know you have scoliosis? You didn't write it on your paperwork. Like, no, like, show me. I have some serious curvature, like almost 20%.
Yeah, you do, baby.
It's like 20% here, lumbar, and like up at the top, and I'm curved in. And I was like, that makes sense. Like, I had like the most extreme back labor with both of my kids, and she was like, that makes sense why you did.
Well, let's get you in one of those metal braces. That would be fun. We'll put magnets on you, and
like in
Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Exactly.
I think that'd be a good look, personally.
So after like all of that, I was just like, okay, anything I did, like the pain just lasted longer. And then I went through pain management. And then I went through, acupuncture. I've done massage therapy, physical therapy, chiropractic, pain management, all of these things. And at the end of the day, it's like, here's another medication, here's another medication, here's another one. And you just get to the point where you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. If you exercise, it hurts. If you don't exercise, it hurts. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get a TENS unit.
Yeah.
So I got a TENS unit, and I swear by this thing.
Really?
I put it on my pain spots, and I just crank that mother up, and I, like, within an hour, no pain. Like, it disrupts the pain receptors.
Okay, listeners, have we ever heard of a TENS unit? And what are our thoughts? David, do you swear by yours?
Yeah. Okay. It's a pretty amazing tool.
Well, and you as a former cop, I hear like ex-cops have a lot of hip pain from carrying all that crap around your waist.
Yep, that's my constant battle. And so that's great because you can place it in the spots you need it. And then just kind of do that shocking thing. And it's kind of weird at first. Like, it takes some getting used to. Like, I was uncomfortable at first, but yeah, it's amazing.
Okay.
And then it goes, like you said, then it just goes numb.
Yeah.
And then it took me off of, ibuprofen. I didn't have to you should probably do some sort of anti-inflammatory if you're against, those types of try some arnica, something like that stuff. I do love arnica.
I think what's really funny about this is that I don't think Gen Alpha or Gen Z, I don't know, like the 10-year-olds, the 15-year-olds, their generation, I don't think is going to have this issue. Hear me out on this. I think that our generation, and I'll lump you in my generation for this one, just for kicks, Bridget.
What are we?
Well, I don't know what you are. I know I'm a millennial.
Okay.
What are you? Are you a boomer?
You're an ass. No, I'm in the millennial X. Like, I'm right in there.
Okay. So
I'm on the cusp.
Our parents are workhorses, and that what I saw my mom is almost 70 years old. That woman still moves massive pieces of furniture,
that's my
all
mom.
Kinds of stuff by herself. I'm like, what are you doing? And she's like, got a sheet under a freaking king size bed, and she's like, it's fine, I got this, and she's dragging stuff around. This is what, and same with my dad. It's like, we grew up, so I am the same way. Like, I am a workhorse when I get going. And by the end of the day, I'm hobbling to my bed. Like, I can't move.
Why does this hurt?
It hurts so bad. And my husband's like, why don't you stop? I'm like, because I can't.
And
I think we all saw that.
No, it's so true. But now it's like, okay, that makes sense. You're sore because you just cleaned the whole house. You moved furniture. You did these things. But now wait a month and you haven't done that and you wake up and you're still like, why does this still hurt?
Why does it hurt?
Why does this hurt?
Yes.
And that's one of the most frustrating things that, so the last 3 years, I went through like this journey of, I have fibromyalgia. I think there's something wrong with me. My body is not my own. What is happening? I know I have cardiovascular disease. I know I have,
You're just making all this up, right?
I think I have cancer in my joints.
Okay.
This is where I'm having like these weird heart palpitations. I can't sleep at night. I just have these weird aches and pains through my body. And I'm like, I haven't done anything in weeks. Why am I hurting? Like, I just ran a marathon. And so I went to the cardiologist. I went to the urologist. I went to my OBGYN.
Hypochondriac.
I went to my primary care physician. But
did you see a mental health professional?
No. Why? Why, Christina? Because my body is being depleted of estrogen. So this is just normal symptoms.
Okay, this is
just normal perimenopause that I'm dealing with.
Ugh.
It's not my body anymore, and it is insane. So hold on, I gotta read this to you, because when I was going through like this whole scenario of, all right, I need an antidepressant because I'm feeling more anxious, right? I need, I need bladder surgery because I've got all these issues with my bladder. Okay, I need to go on some sort of medications because I must have cardiac arrhythmia now, like all of these things. But then I went and saw a physician, and she was just like, "Oh no, you're perimenopausal.
This is totally normal.
Your hormones are all over the place." And I was like, "Wait, what?" So she was just like, "Yeah, did you know?" All right, so listen to this, and I'm just going to go through this because as women, like, this is all the stuff that estrogen impacts. Sleep disturbances, which include hot flashes, night sweats, insomnia, genitourinary syndromes, which is your bladder, right? So vaginal dryness, atrophy, pain during intercourse, urgency, infections. Now let's go down to our body, bone and musculoskeletal.
Wait, that wasn't it?
No.
Oh, gosh.
Loss of bone density, osteopenia, elevated fracture risk, changes in your muscle strength, coordination, joint pain. All right, now let's continue. Cognitive and mood disorders, brain fog, memory problems, difficulty concentrating, mood changes, depression, anxiety. All right, so now let's continue. Here's my cardiovascular, right? This one, I'm like, okay, this is spot on. Higher central abdominal fat. Yes, okay, so I'm getting a rounder belly, whatever. Insulin resistance, cholesterol increase of heart disease, and I can go down and down and down and down and down the rabbit hole.
Bridget, I'm going to go ahead and say if you were a horse, you'd be shot.
Exactly.
Why would they let a human survive with all this? This is horrible.
But you know what? It's like, it's not until, and you probably see it everywhere. You see it on, well, okay, it's because I've gone down the, the social media rabbit hole. So I get fed all of this stuff on perimenopause and hormonal balance, hormonal therapy, all of this kind of stuff. But it's not until like probably the last maybe 5 years that, women are actually like, I am sick of this. Like, I don't have to live with what my mother and my grandmother and, women centuries before us have lived with. Like, why are we just sitting here and saying, it's just what our bodies do. You're going through menopause.
Right.
Deal with it like I dealt with it. Deal with it like your mother dealt with it. It's nuts. It's nuts. And that's where I was just like, so I went down this rabbit hole like over the last 3 years, and then here I am, and just kind of like, okay, all right, I'm not going crazy. I'm not sick. I don't have cardiovascular disease yet. I don't, keep eating my fried chicken wings and drinking my beers, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, I know what's wrong with me. I know what's happening to my body. And so having that discussion with my physician, and he was just like, well, if you want, like, we can start you on a low dose of estrogen. And I was like, all right, let's try it. Let's do this. So, fast forward, and I'm like, oh, is this something that I really want to go down? Do I want to go down this hormone replacement therapy? Okay, let's just start little. So he phones in, sends in the prescription, and then I get the text. And in the text, you know how like when you get a text from your pharmacy, it's like,
everything's abbreviated.
Everything's abbreviated. It doesn't tell you like RX or anything like that. It says, CVS, Walgreens, whatever your pharmacy is, and it gives you like this abbreviated, ready for pickup.
Mm-hmm.
So I get this text, and I literally put my phone down and just died. So I get this text from CVS, and it says, new vag ready for pickup.
You're like, I'll take 2, please.
And I just looked at that, and I was like, a new vag ready for pickup. Oh my God.
Women would kill for this.
I think I had no idea that's when he called into the pharmacy.
Oh my
this
gosh.
is
You're like,
amazing.
things are worse than I thought.
I didn't know they had available. It's in a prescription.
Oh, that's good.
It was the funniest thing. I was like, oh my God, this is my life.
Yep.
This is my life now.
Oh my gosh.
Along with my kneecaps.
Right.
Along with my chin hair.
Oh boy. All right. Before we get to chin hair, I think we should take a quick break, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about a few suggestions that we have for our listeners. And this is going to include men too. And I've got a few tricks up my sleeve, you men out there listening. So stick with us. Quick commercial break, and then we're going to be talking about Bridget's chin hair. We're going to talk
chin hair
about, I don't have any cool underwear.
Okay, your mustache hair.
Okay, well there we go. Okay, so stick with us. We'll be right back.
On Backseat Thriver, we dive into the messy, meaningful moments of life, especially parenting and mental health, because raising kids today takes more than love. It takes support, insight, and sometimes a little help. That's where LNC Therapy makes a difference. A compassionate mental health private practice proudly serving the Tucson community. They specialize in supporting children, teens, and young adults through challenges like depression, anxiety, ADHD.
In Marana, community isn't just where we live, it's who we are. And at the heart of it all is the Marana Chamber of Commerce. We are building a thriving community through connected business leadership. We start the month bright and early with Marana Mornings, sparking real conversations and connections. We celebrate growing networks at our 4th Tuesday mixers, hosted in exciting spaces. We unite visionaries and leaders at Impact Marana, driving meaningful progress together. We look ahead with Marana Insights, hearing directly from regional voices about what's next for our town. And we serve, through the passion of our board of directors and ambassadors, creating a culture of belonging through service and leadership. Because of our members, we're not just doing more, we're becoming more. Together, we're shaping the future of Marana. We are the Marana Chamber of Commerce.
On Backseat Thriver, we dive into the messy, meaningful moments of life, especially parenting and mental health, because raising kids today takes more than love. It takes support, insight, and sometimes a little help. That's where LNC Therapy makes a difference. A compassionate mental health private practice proudly serving the Tucson community. They specialize in supporting children, teens, and young adults through challenges like depression, anxiety, ADHD, anger management, grief, and more. With a team of experienced, heart-forward therapists, LNC Therapy offers personalized care that meets your family where they are, whether that's in person or via telehealth, because every young mind deserves a safe space to grow. LNC Therapy, supporting Tucson families one session at a time. Visit them at 7493 North Oracle Road, Suite 135, or reach out and visit them on their website at hello@lndtherapy.com. now accepting new clients.
You're listening to the Live the Dream Media Network, Arizona's premier live podcast studio and online radio.
All right, so back to Bridget's chin here while I adjust this. Okay, so one of the things we're going to yap about in just a second while I struggle on this, thank you, David, so we were talking about the things that you can control and not having to fake your way through this thing. I don't care that my hair is getting gray or I'm getting wrinkles here and there. Like, it's fine. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not aging, and I'm certainly not 20 anymore. And I'm good with that because I like this phase of life. It's a little bit more fun. You're a little bit more in control. So now, David, this is a question for you because I'm curious as a man. Do you have a skincare routine? Does your wife make you put on retinol or moisturizers or anything like that?
No, but she did bring a really good face soap into my life. I was using just...
Was it a Bar of Dove?
No, it's a Cetaphil product. I think
Okay.
that's the company. Yeah, something like that. And I noticed a huge difference in just how it feels and
Isn't
looks.
that funny?
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
And also, there's a shop right here called Skinology. I think y'all been there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for a little while, I was using some of her products, and it was like my skin was really glowing, but I was like a little too glowing for me. Like I think it worked.
I was too pretty.
You're a little too metro.
It was a little too well. So like some other my peeps were questioning if I was hard or not. You know what I mean? So,
You're like, I got to keep my street cred.
but no, there's
Just leave it off.
that's
Just
all
leave
right.
it off.
We're just gonna have to get that other mic
I
there. Huh?
know.
It's all right.
We need some real equipment in here, David. Can you work with us?
Oh yeah, we need some more SM7Bs.
Yes.
If anybody's wondering, you're welcome to donate. They're $500 a piece.
Oh, wow.
We would love donations so the besties don't look like the homeless kids of the block.
Oh man. But yeah, skin routine
Okay.
stuff. Great.
So, Bridget, you are my guru for all of that. You are the one. You got to have friends who do, like, you and Kate do so much research on skin stuff, and I love it because I just get to be the beneficiary of all the knowledge. And so that makes it really fun for me. Like, you sent me a product last night, and you're like, I love this, tested. And then all I have to do is just buy it. And
Then
so
you just order it.
it takes the guesswork out of it. So I love that. But one of the other things I think that's fun about being this age is you start appreciating better products. So we were talking about underwear, and just there's so many different types of underwear and so many different types of fabrics and stuff like that to sleep in to help you keep cool, and cooling blankets, because I am just a sweaty Betty at night.
Part of aging is your skin just gets sensitive.
Yes.
And like things, different materials are just itchy.
Ugh.
Or there's, they don't feel good on your skin anymore. So you totally shift like your product where it's like, it's good. I can buy that at Target. And,
Right.
It's a $15 shirt and it feels like wool and it's thick and
Right.
you sweat in it and it's like, no big deal. I
Yeah.
got this. But now it's like, oh my gosh, I need something that feels like butter.
Mm-hmm.
But now again, beauty of being older is you have a little better budget.
Got a little bit more money to spend on a little bit nicer
And it
things.
lasts longer.
Yes.
Like when you're, it's like buying things for my kids and they're like, oh, I want Lulu or I want Viore or I want, whatever the brand is. And it's like, you're going to grow out of it.
Mm-hmm. I'm not
You're
buying
gonna
that
grow,
for you.
You're going to grow. Save your Christmas money. Put it on your Christmas list if that's what you want. That brand name.
Mm-hmm.
I can do the mock Lulu on Amazon.
The dupes.
And it's called Moon Lou or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Lulu or whatever.
So you just brought up Lulu. So David, get your ears open for this one. And gentlemen listeners, Lululemon has a pair of pants called ABC pants. Have you ever heard of these?
No.
David, ever heard of these?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a little wisdom on you. ABC stands for anti-ball chafing.
Well, they're pants?
They're pants. And they are specifically designed for men to avoid chafing
Wow.
in the nether regions.
Interesting.
So obviously it's not like I can test those out and let you know, but I have talked to people and they swear by them. So they're pricey, but if that's something that you deal with, perhaps you should be looking into a pair of ABC pants from Lululemon.
Okay.
So
anti-boob chafing, like, do we have any of those bras?
How about anti-boob sweating bra? That'd be nice.
Right?
So I took one of my kids to a concert the other night, and she is into heavier rock. And so it was just her and I. So we go to this concert, and we're about to leave the house, and I'm wearing like a blue shirt and a pair of jeans and Adidas or something. And she looks me up and down, and she goes, what are you wearing to the concert? And I was like, oh, well, I'm ready to go. And she was like, oh gosh, this is going to be so embarrassing. And I was like, why? And she goes, you can't go to a rock concert looking like that. Go put on something black. And I'm like, what? Okay. So I just appease her. I have like a black shirt with a little skeleton on it. So I was like, is this better? And she was like, much better. Now put on some of my jewelry. And I'm like, ugh, okay. So, within 5 minutes, my fingers are turning green from these rings and whatever. So we're at the show. And at one point in the show, and I'd never heard of this band, but they're like, okay, now everyone, fists in the air, and I want you to jump with us. And I was like, okay, no. So she's jumping and fist bumping, and she's looking at me going, why aren't you jumping? And I'm like, because I'm not wearing a sports bra, and I will pee myself. Like I can't sit here and jump with you. Like it hurts. I'm not 20.
Roll my ankle and pee my pants at the same time.
It's too much. And then I'll probably have like neck pain and a headache. Like I'm
going to throw my shoulder out, fist pumping.
Yes. Yeah. And so that was also another moment of just, oh my gosh, I can't. And then I'm like, I'm so tired. Is it over yet? It's like 11 o'clock at night. Ugh.
Okay. So one thing I want you to try when we're done with this podcast.
Oh boy.
When was the last time you skipped?
Oh gosh.
Do you realize? Okay. So I saw this video going around in like one of the social media platforms. It was like 2 years ago. And it was these girls in a medical office telling their doctor to skip. And the doctor's probably like in his 60s.
Okay.
And they're like, can you try and skip? Like, go like this, and they're skipping. He couldn't get it. Like, it's just like one of those things that your body just can't do anymore. Like the coordination, the movement, the jump. Like you try and just jump. Like, not like an approach jump, but if you just stand there and just kind of like a box jump, like if you just jump right now, like, could you do it?
Well,
and
how high
would you
get up and skip?
Yes, I can. But my brain, like, it took me like a good 10 seconds to
like
be like,
think about how
hold on. Okay, go. Like, you think you can just do it, but you can't. And it's just like one of those things, like coordination.
I kind of want to get up and try to skip. I mean, I'm curious, but I also really have to pee right now, so that could be a problem.
Don't do it. Okay, do it after the show.
Okay.
But again, one of those things, one of those midlife issues, pelvic floor and core. All right?
Core is so important.
It's important for everything.
But it's also like the worst workout, right? Like I hate sit-ups.
I don't, and I can't do them. I can do them. It just hurts my back. So it's like I have to do like these I know. That's what I'm telling you. So instead of doing Botox, instead of doing all these things, I have to keep this just healthy balance of weight to fill in all my wrinkles.
Well, there you go.
And just, as long as just a few chicken wings a month.
Yeah.
And I fill in my wrinkles.
You're good to go.
It may increase my cardiovascular issues, but
likely not, but
it could if they're fried.
Okay.
Fried chicken wings. But back to your ABC pants. So for my husband, for his birthday, I bought him Skims, like men's Skims boxers.
Make men's?
He said that they are the most amazing underwear he's ever had his life. Yeah. He was like, these things. Because I was like, oh, they had a sale. Because my daughter totally got,
She knows all that.
She knows all the good stuff.
Yeah.
And, so when she's asking for these things for her birthday or for Christmas, I end up on their, on their email
Taking
list
notes.
forever.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of them came through. It's just like, a percentage off on, men's Skims boxers. And, you get 7 for like $800 or something. No, just kidding. But they're not cheap. It's like girl Victoria's Secret underwear, Skims are for guys. But with these ones, it's like, I'll try it. He's very particular about his underpants. Like it's got to be like
underpants?
His underoos.
Is he 80?
He's very particular about his underoos. But I got him these Skims, and he was like, "These are hands down the most comfortable underwear I've ever had."
Get out.
Yeah. Skims.
My husband swears by Tommy Johns, and they are soft because, I fold them all the time.
Yeah.
David?
He's not going to tell us his underpants.
Your underpants of choice?
Okay.
Do you have a preference?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
They are briefs.
Okay.
Yeah, the boxer thing, that's just too much.
But I do not understand men who wear boxers. That just feels so uncomfortable.
It's reckless. That's
It's
what it is.
reckless.
It's dangerous.
Boxers are reckless.
You need support. And then the chafing thing. You want to be able to move and run and do different things. In the law enforcement field.
He needs to be able to run
and move.
Those were popular. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's where
Well,
we're
you
at.
heard it here, David. Try the Skims or send them to your wife and, see what they're about.
And the
Skims.
ABCs.
The ABCs. I don't know.
You're intrigued. Do I see it in your eyes? Are you intrigued? Or maybe you're a little turned off by them?
Well, they look like normal pants.
Yeah.
I mean,
They do.
They're very expensive though. They're like 140.
They're very
130 bucks.
expensive.
But they're going to last forever
Yeah.
because you're not going to grow out of them.
Yeah.
You're not going to grow out of them.
Well,
Maybe
hopefully.
widthwise, not lengthwise.
Cut the sides down a little.
But that's always my concern there. Like, do I size up
I
on
might
these
have
and
to
wear a
try
belt?
it. I might have to try it, but I haven't really had an issue with that with the pants I wear. I think it's the guys that wear the boys' pants. You know?
And it's the boxers. I think you're right. I'm never gonna. I'm gonna take that with me forever. Boxers are reckless.
Boxers are reckless.
I think that's hysterical.
You need to look for some rehab after that one.
Right? All right.
Yep.
So, men, you got to invest in some good briefs.
Mm-hmm.
There's your tip. Got to invest in some, even if you're just moisturizing. Well, not so much for women. There's plenty of things out there that.
Did we go from briefs to face moisturizer?
Well,
where do we moisturize?
Yeah, I was kind of curious on that too. I was like,
That's an awkward
All right.
transition,
Is there like
Christina.
Let me explain to you the transition. And I think this was something I skipped over. I was like, that's an inside thought, not an outside thought. But I'll go ahead and share it anyway because we went there. So I'm at the store with my son the other day, and he's like, "Mom, I got a problem down there." And I was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "I don't know, but I need some Vaseline. Like I got some, my skin cracked or something." And I'm like, "Okay. Did you shower? Yeah. Are you washing enough? Yeah. He's like, "Mom, I just need some Vaseline." Okay, all right. So I find him a couple tubes of Aquaphor, and we get in the car, and he's like, "Look away!" And he's like pulling his pants down and rubbing
He needs
Vaseline.
the ABC pants.
He may, he's he's putting the Aquaphor on his parts down there. And so I was like, "Okay, you need to remember, you've got 2 tubes of this. One, this is now your downstairs Vaseline, and then you have upstairs Vaseline because then his lips are chapped." Well, this morning we're driving here, and my lips were very chapped, and I have no
downstairs
chapstick.
balm.
And I opened up my glove box, and all I had was the wiener balm, and so I had to. What am I to do?
You go with chapped lips. You're
No, it hurts.
I had a coach that gave us it was Gold Bond,
Uh-huh.
and so we had like a bucket of it. And we always joked about just walking by and dropping in, And, but they were happily called ball. It was called Baltoids.
That
Instead
is
I'd show up like, "Hey, all right, kids, let's go, young man. It's time to put some Baltoids on and make sure you're chafing."
I hope Coach wasn't with you while this was going on.
It's because in football you have these girdles and the pads, and there's a lot of friction happening. And if you're not using something, it gets really bad. So we ended up just like investing as a team in
a bucket of it.
Baltoids.
Well, well, he's a baseball player. I mean, they are in those polyester pants.
The cups.
The cups, all of that. So
that's
that
true.
makes
That's
sense.
bad too. But my kid's underwear game is more expensive than my entire household. Like he is obsessed with Ethicas, these little boy.
Okay, those are amazing.
Yeah, so he says.
The Skims are very similar to the Ethicas.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I bought him a pair the other day. I'm like, dude, one pair is $25.
Yeah.
This is insane. I was like, I don't even spend near that. And he's like, Mom, I gotta have them. So,
well, and they're cool. They have such cool designs.
Well, and now, they're wearing their underwear longer than their shorts. And I'm like, what's going on here? And he's like, it's the look. And I was, and he's liking his shorts shorter and shorter these days, which personally I think is freaking adorable. I love seeing, I love my little boy, he's
they
just
have
so
like
cute.
the 5-inch inseam.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Mhm.
So,
And your kid's a giant. He's not a little boy.
Those are called the Simmons.
Oh,
What are they?
The Simmons shorts. Richard Simmons.
that makes sense.
The bike
R.I.P.
shorts.
I
Yeah.
see those a lot at the gym now. I'm kind of like regular length shorts, but at the gym, the dudes shorts are getting
They're
shorter and
creeping shorter.
Yeah.
David, you might have to.
The old gym coat shorts.
Yes, exactly. My gosh, I had an old gym coach in high school, and we had to do weight training, and he wore the real short shorts.
Yes.
And he would demo how to do deadlifts, and we'd all be like, nobody needs. No one needs.
Your
to
junk's
look.
gonna fall out of your shorts.
And he would just do it. I'm like, how do you not feel that? Like, I'm very uncomfortable.
I can't see.
How are you just doing this in a room full of high schoolers and like acting as if it's normal? It's weird.
Did he have the long white crew socks on with those?
Yeah, 100%. And I
There we
think
go.
Reeboks.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Reeboks.
Yeah.
In it to win
with the polo, with the cotton polo.
Yeah, tucked in.
in.
Oh my gosh, what is going on?
I had that same coach. Yeah.
I think that was like gym. That was like gym teacher uniform.
Totally.
Yeah,
But like, oh man.
with the belly. They all had the belly.
Yeah.
Ours always did.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yep. They had the cortisol belly. That's called.
What's that?
It's what happens when you gain weight when you're old.
Oh.
And that's why
So that
everybody
happens- is that
gets
what I
that
had?
rounded belly.
Uh-huh.
It's that cortisol,
Oh
That-
man.
that stress.
Well, at least we've got a name for it. We can just own it.
I know. We can
Yeah.
own it. Oh, it's just my cortisol belly.
Yeah.
That's why I buy a size up.
Well, that's smart.
Yep.
That's smart. Okay, Bridget. So do we have any other, we've kind of gone through the head, shoulders, knees, and toes of everything sagging and dragging and looking sad. Do you feel like did I give you any tips today that you might? No.
No, not one. Thank you, though. Thank you. Did I give you any tips? No, not one. No.
Bridget. Okay. Well, I mean, did I give you anything to think about?
Lots.
Okay. Any last words of wisdom that you'd like to share?
Embrace it, guys. Embrace the carousel of aging and, do what you can. I think at the end of the day, be healthy mind and soul. If as long as the mind is in a good place, right? The body will follow in most cases.
That's true.
And if not, then, if the
Then you
mind
laugh
is,
at it.
then you laugh at it. Enjoy your bacon, enjoy your beer, enjoy your workout, enjoy your kale, whatever makes you happy, enjoy it.
Well, you just made me really unhappy because I think I had shared that I just found out that I have celiac disease, AKA can't eat gluten. So
You're one of those people now.
Well, it's
Great.
very annoying. So I think I've been gluten-free for 3 weeks, so very young in this journey. However, I can tell you one of the biggest things that I've noticed, and you had talked about joint pain, and then I had done this hair sample to kind of just try to figure out like what is happening in my body. Why is everything hurt? My hips, I was having such weird hip pain, not from doing any particular kind of exercise or anything. It was just like sleeping. I would be tossing and turning because my hips were so sore laying on them. 3 weeks without gluten, my joint pain is gone.
That's how I feel with gluten and alcohol. I remove alcohol from my diet, and it is a game changer. I now in this hormonal phase, I can't metabolize alcohol like I used to.
Okay.
And not just like, oh, I can't recover and a hangover lasts longer, 100%. But if I even have like 2 glasses of wine or 2 beers, that next
feel
day,
like crap.
I can't sleep through the night, one. And then that next day, every joint in my body just hurts.
Okay.
So going like no alcohol was a game changer. And then add the gluten in on that one, game changer.
Do you pay attention to gluten? Do you avoid it?
Yeah, because
why did I didn't know this?
Because my son has SIBO.
Well, okay, that's true. I knew that.
Small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, people.
Huh.
So they can't have. They're not supposed to have gluten, lactose, and sugars. Sugars, baby. And those 3 things are in everything.
Everything.
Yeah, just eat lettuce.
Yeah. I ate a bag of beef jerky because I thought it was gluten-free. I just wasn't even thinking.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, really? You ate the whole thing? And I was like, well, yeah, I did. Okay.
Was it teriyaki?
No, it was just like original or something. And I was wrecked the whole night. Like it destroyed my insides.
Soy sauce. So soy sauce is like a common ingredient in a lot of beef jerky. And soy sauce has wheat.
Is filled with gluten.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you have it.
There you have it.
So cut the gluten and your hips won't hurt. David, maybe you should try that actually. You said that your hips have been killing you. What if you try 1 week with no gluten and see how your hips feel?
I might do that. I may do that.
I mean, I know that your problem is it's not just gluten. Obviously, you have like actual physical wear and tear, but the inflammation, it is crazy how quickly that went away.
Like as we age, like people mock Tom Brady about, his diet and the inflammatories and the nightshades and all that kind of stuff. But that is a legit thing. Like if you are going through, just random aches and pains, it's so important to look at your diet and kind of, all right, what are some of the common things that I eat all day long, and do these fall on the inflammatory list?
Mm-hmm.
And if you remove those things, game changer. Game changer. Yeah.
Well, maybe one of these days we'll get around to that. I feel like I'm starting it with gluten, and maybe I still have to do this lactose intolerance test, but it's a whole thing, and you have to fast the day before and eat only very specific things.
That's a SIBO.
Oh, well, that too. But it's also for this is like a SIBO lactose combo, and it's a breath test.
Yeah.
Which I thought was very strange. But it's like you can't have coffee or anything in your...
So when they do the SIBO test, it's the gas test is what they're doing. So you have to go on, and there are 3 things you can eat, and it's chicken and no beef. So you can only eat, it was chicken, eggs, and chicken broth. And the only seasoning that you can have is salt and pepper. And at least this was the instructions that they gave my son. So that's the only thing you could have for 24 hours.
Yes. And I'm just not interested.
Oh, you could do it. And then the next morning he goes in, and then he drinks like this sugary, milky lactose drink. It's kind of like when you were pregnant and you did that glucose test. It's kind of like that. So you drink this drink and then you wait. So you have to wait like an hour or 45 minutes or something like that. And then you blow into this monitor, and what it's testing is your gas levels. So you blow into it before you do, the drink. So it has a baseline, because there is no allergen popping in your body based on the 3 things that you've consumed. And then you blow into this test. And then after that, they come back like every 20 minutes, and then you blow into it. And then as your gas levels increase, because your stomach now has lactose, it has the sugar, it has the refined sugar. So those are the two main ingredients that I guess, and I don't know what else is in this drink that they make you drink, but if you have SIBO, your gas levels will increase exponentially over that hour that they're testing you. And then at that point, then okay,
I feel like anybody who's having gut issues needs to go get tested for, like, it is mind-blowing how much dairy can F with your system.
We're not supposed to eat it.
I know, but like, are you going to take my cheese away? I'll slap you.
Well,
I'll slap you.
Ice cream.
Yeah, exactly.
All these things.
All right, Bridget, I think we've clearly done a very poor job, but at least we made it entertaining. So we've learned nothing. We've left no tips. We just hope you laughed with us a little bit today.
That's what it is when you hang out with your besties,
That's
right?
That's right.
That's how it is.
So our apologies, our condolences.
Why are you apologizing?
Well,
Don't apologize.
We like to say that we're informative, and clearly we're
You
not.
like to say you're informative. I like to say you have a good time.
Okay. Did we have a good time? We had
a good time. Why does it always have to be educational?
You're right. Okay.
What do you think? This is a medical podcast? As we're talking about the symptoms of SIBO and processes? Come on now.
You're
What the hell?
All right. We'll just continue thriving here.
Just continue thriving.
All right, friends. Thanks for joining us today.
We'll see you next Friday.
We'll be on the edge of our seats until we can join you again next Friday.
All right.
Thank you, LTD Media. Thank you, BK.
Thanks, Christina.
Have a good weekend.
Good one.